Hi guys, happy Sunday. So today I would like to share with you how I set my goals and a very simple 3-step process that I follow when I set my goals. It's a very important topic and a very effective tool, and I'm so excited to share this with you. But before we start, I would like to explain a little bit how I discovered this tool in the first place. Funny enough, the motivation behind this discovery was actually from my personal pain and existential crisis. Actually, that doesn't sound very funny at all. But basically in 2014, I was still working for a large corporate in London, and despite the fact that I was hitting my goals, I was setting my goals, hitting them, actually I became really good at hitting goals. I was getting my promotions, getting my pay rises, everything seemed to be going so well. But I was actually dying inside. So that sort of pain drove me to more research and more self-discovery, and then I discovered that all these years my goals were effectively set by either my dad or the society or the organizations I was working for. So that's why the goals were there and I was hitting them, but somehow they were not actually aligned to what I find meaningful and important. So this disconnection was causing a huge amount of problems in my personal life. So for example, my career was going very well because 80% of my energy was going into it. So my relationship was kind of falling apart, my health really suffered, and my relationship also with my family, with my then fiance, really took a hit as well. And that sort of pain drove me to my discovery, which is this. And I've been experimenting it for about 6 years now. It's really worked for me, and I hope you find it useful as well. So without further ado, let's begin. What are these 3 steps? The first step is value, second is goals, and then the third is action. So the value answers the question of why. Why are we setting goals in the first place? And the second step is what goals we are going to set, which are hopefully going to be aligned to our values. Once we've got our goals in place, we then put the actions down below. So the first step is value identification. What are values? So values are the things and stuff that are really important and meaningful to you. For example, it could be family, it could be money, it could be financial security, freedom, career advancement, traveling, writing a book. It could be anything that you find meaningful and important that are close to your heart. So once you've identified the values, you then prioritize them. So for example, you've got a list of 10 values that are important to you. So how do you know which ones are more important than the others? So there is a test that you could do, and it's best to do it in pairs with someone that you trust. So the test is to ask yourself, if you're about to get on a boat, before traveling, you get on a boat and the boat is completely full, and you've got 2 suitcases, one on your left hand, one on the right, and you're carrying them, and you must drop one because the boat is full. Which one would you drop? One suitcase has got health in it, and the other suitcase has got career in it. Which suitcase are you prepared to drop in that scenario? And the one that you're going to drop is going to be number 2, and the one that you're going to keep is the number 1 priority. So in this scenario, health and career scenario, it again depends on different people. So if you're very young and very healthy and very fit, you might actually drop your health temporarily to pursue your career. But if you are in your mid-30s or 40s and your health is deteriorating, then you might want to prioritize your health. But the idea is that once you've got your prioritization in place, say your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values are written down, then you've got to balance them. So it's how to make sure you adhere to your 5 values without losing your balance, and that is the most challenging part. And that's exactly why you've got to set smart or even smarter goals that are linked to your values. So for example, my 2018 values were health, family and career achievements. So my goals under health, one of the goals under health was, so what I do is I literally have the 3 columns on a piece of A4 paper. The first column is values, second column is all my goals that are driven and are aligned to my values, and then I have the third column for my daily and weekly and monthly actions that are going to help me achieve my goals. So the first value that I've got is health, and under goals I've got, by the end of 2018 my immune system will have improved and my weight stable. So this goal, you could argue, is not exactly very smart. So if you're not familiar with smart goal setting, I will put a link in my description box down below, so please do check it out. It's basically an acronym. So S stands for specific, and this is measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound, so it needs to have a deadline. So when I set my annual goal, automatically it's got a deadline of 12 months. And E is evaluate, so I tend to evaluate every quarter or at least semi-annually. And then the R is reward, so you've got to reward yourself for hitting some specific goals. And the actions that you need to take will have to be linked to your goals as well. So for example, how do you stabilize your weight? So for me, I said I would do yoga twice a week and I would dance twice a week. Okay, that one I did not actually hit. And I would run, I would go out for running once a week as well. More or less, yes, I kind of hit that goal. So my weight stabilized in 2018 and I was happy. So this goal was a tick. And this is the process that we would go through at our annual family meeting and 360 review meeting with the family as well over Christmas and New Year. I've done a video last week on that. On how to run year-end review meetings as a family and set goals for the next year as a family, so do check it out if you're interested. The important thing to remember is that the values are moving, they are fluid, so they change over the years. So for example, in 2018 my top 3 values were health, family, career achievements, but in 2020, so for this year ahead, my top values were health, achievements, spiritual growth, other life areas which include family, health, wealth and personal improvement. The second thing to remember is that everyone's values will be slightly different depending on the age group. So when you run the family meeting, if you decide to try that experiment as well, it's important to remember that everyone is different, so the goals will be different, which means that the actions you take will be different as well. So I need to bear that in mind. The key is not to judge, but to facilitate the thought process. So this is it, a very simple 3-step process: value, goals, action. Now it's your turn to do this experiment. I would highly encourage you to find your favourite place, be it your kitchen, your home office or your favourite coffee shop. Take out your pen and a piece of paper and literally write them down. Your values and then your goals and your action. You must do this as soon as possible. If you don't do this, that's totally fine as well. If you don't think this will help you, it's fine. Perhaps you could find something else that might help you. But it's very important that if you find it useful, you must start implementing it straight away, because otherwise this video would have been a complete waste of your precious time and you might as well not have watched it at all. So with that being said, I look forward to hearing about your experiments, how that goes, and yeah, any questions or thoughts, please leave a comment down below and I will get back to you. And don't forget to subscribe. Ciao. Bye.